Okay. "50 years of Newsround, apparently." Yay. Hang on. Do you know anything about this?
Hello again.
Hello again.
Hello. Hello.
Hi everybody. Good morning.
Hello, welcome to Newsround. We've got all your top stories. So first tonight, hundreds of schools around the UK have been closed today.
Space Shuttle Columbia will lift off in just a few hours' time on its latest mission.
There's been a big new oil find under the North Sea.
Here's where the real action takes place.
Earlier today, Tony Blair entered number 10 as Prime Minister for the first time.
Britain and exit. Together, that makes Brexit.
They need 270 to be declared the winner.
Some shock news from the world of football this afternoon.
In September, I'm off to secondary school.
Report out today has confirmed what loads of you already know, saying that school loos are often just too stinky and horrid to use.
Now, Newsround wouldn't be Newsround without the more, how you say, weird and wonderful stories from around the world and sometimes even on other planets.
Now, take a look at this. It's officially the biggest hot dog in the world.
So the panda is one creature that's definitely improved with time. And that's all tonight. See you again about the same time tomorrow. Until then, bye-bye.
Apparently this is the 50th year of... This is 15 years, apparently, of Newsround. And, yeah. And if I'm wrong about that, well... I'm not sure about, I thought it started in 2003 or something like that, because that's when I was introduced to Newsround, but it came out in the horrible time of any era, the 1970s, apparently. So, let's go. Let's go. You stop. Good stop. He's new to the internet. I'm just saying. Just don't question anything. Okay. So, don't sit on my lap. That's really uncomfortable. So no. Just go. Oh. I'm not sure if I just killed him or... I'm not sure. Probably that will be on the news. Craig has killed a monkey. No, he's alive. He's just in another... His eyes are closed. I know you can't think it, but his eyes are closed. There, he look. Okay, that looks more uncomfortable. Anyway, I think it's time to do another reaction kind of, I don't know. Is this a new series? Are we just watching about news about Newsworld? I'm not sure. I'm sorry. What? With John Craven as well. Ha 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 ha. So interesting. Not. That's what you said, didn't it? That's what you said! Proceed. This is John Craven's version of Newsround from 1975. Yay! Seriously, I think we're gonna just watch out-of-date newses. I'm not sure that's good news or bad news. It's just wow. It wouldn't be that worse than watching old episodes of out-of-date newses. It's just like reading newspapers that are also out of date, but I don't know anymore. So I thought maybe we can do a video about this. So let's go. I only mentioned it on Monday, but because it's a Friday and it's kind of like a special, I'm gonna put it to Craig's Entertainment Home Video. So maybe that'll be alright. No. Anyway, let's begin. Another reason that I'm not really excited to do anything is because I'm really having a hard time right now. It's a very long story. You know what's very hard? I have a monkey, puppet monkey. You heard nothing. He's an idiot. And take that in mind, alright? So, and if he has like evil eyes, just he's on something, you know. You never want to mess with a monkey. Goodbye. I say goodbye. Oh well. I'm quite excited, to be honest. I never know the likes of Newsround in the 70s. I'm just going to I won't be a second. I won't be long. Just trying to. Ah yes. Ow! Hurt my foot. Ah. Leave a message after the tone. Beep. You've probably been wondering why I've got this monstrosity. It's the only phone I have in this house. Well, that's another interesting thing. Back in the 70s, you had this sort of thing. You didn't have those black banana kind of phone. No, you had this. You had this. You had this. But that's not really on the news. That phones are just taking over and spying on people. It's just not nice. Don't let the phone spy on you. Boing. It's just this world is scary, man. Don't go out in the world because people are spies. People are spies. Where did Newsround come into this, guys? I'm not sure. Please, ow! Don't wreck my. Oh my god! I think I wrecked the. I think I just wrecked the whole microphone. No, I didn't wreck the microphone. It's perfectly fine. Yeah. So let's let's begin. I'm enjoying myself now. There's a happy Craig. I'm here. Yeah, this go.
But now on BBC One, John Craven's Newsround.
A British flag flies tonight on top of the world.
What's happened to the intro? The intro is not how it used to be. It used to be just a purple Smarties, for example. They're all just purple and they've got like a Postman Pat kind of font, and it just has N R stick together, but not capitals. You know what I mean? That was the nostalgic Newsround intro from my childhood and your childhood, but this is lame. And dare I say, Blue Peter is from the 70s. Yeah, got that? Yep. I know that. And more interesting, the flag and the badge and everything. Blue Peter, the informational kind of instructional, not really, informational documentary kid show, Blue Peter, right? That is the intro in that is more, in the 70s or whatever, with the dogs. That's the intro in that is more interesting than this. This is lame, but big in 70s. People, this is apparently I heard this on like morning news. It was just back in the day. You just made it for something to make money, and then I didn't really know it was going to be a big hit, and then I knew later on we're going to do another episode or something. So it is quite new. Yes, I got a phone. I don't know why this is here. Maybe I'll put this down. Anyway, let's begin.
Hello again, and there's great news tonight from Mount Everest. Dougal Haston and Doug Scott have reached the top. They're the first British climbers ever to walk on the summit of the world's highest mountain.
Wow, can you see that? Your hair is the same colour as the background. I'm not sure if the background is your hair or your hair is part of a big lump in the wall. I'm not sure what's realistic wise or what's what, because the contrast and the camouflaging piece is all the same to me. I know I got glasses, but I'm still awful with my eyes. I'm just saying, because back in the 1970s we couldn't see properly because colour was a new thing, and it was just too weird because you just see all this lots of lights, flashing lights up here, lots of flashing lights and flashing lights there. Where in the middle was all clear, but still it's kind of 70s are weird, man. 50s are just awful. 60s are meh. And 70s are just so they're trying. At least they're trying, but still awful. Although we've seen other awful flicks from the 70s. Don't worry, this is just okay-ish. No? What do you think, Monkey? What do you think? Do you think this is bad? Do you think this is bad? I'm not torturing him, and he's got a dead. Yeah, he's already dead. He's not even bothered to do anything at the moment. Neither am I, but I need to do a video about this because people need to know the history of Newsround. Hopefully there's something interesting in the news. Old news, It's this sort of thing we do. We react to old things. We can't react to new things, well we can, but we have to be very careful because of copyright claims, because people just take the mickey out of me, and they just, what if they don't just report me when I didn't say anything wrong about the new stuff. We just take the mickey out of the old stuff, but we can't take the mickey out of the new stuff. Whew. Oh, where's Google on this thing anyway? because I don't want to watch the news. It's too scary, you know. Let's Google. Where's Google? Where's Google? Oh, this is ridiculous. This, happy face. This phone is rubbish. I don't know how you survived in the 70s. Carry on, John.
And the first climbers ever to get there by the most difficult route, up the southwest face. Dougal Haston is 32 and one of Britain's best mountaineers. 3 years ago, he was lead climber in the Everest expedition that was driven back by blizzards. Doug Scott is a year older than Dougal, and he too is an Everest veteran. He's married with 2 children. The mountain has until now defied all attempts to conquer its daunting southwest face. In recent years, 5 expeditions have tried and failed. But this afternoon came news from Nepal that Dougal and Doug reached the top at 6 o'clock last night. Everest was first climbed in 1953 by Sir Edmund Hillary, a New Zealander, and his Nepalese Sherpa, Tenzing Norgay. News of their triumph arrived in Britain on the day the Queen was crowned. Well, since then, dozens of men and a Japanese housewife have stood on the peak, getting there by what Edmund Hillary has described recently as the tourist route. Last year, 9 Chinese climbers even chanted the thoughts of Chairman Mao on the summit. The British expedition has been on the mountain for 5 weeks, and it's been conquered in record time and perfect weather. Tonight, the leader, Chris Bonington, announced that because all has gone so well and so quickly, he's now planning a second attempt on the summit with 2 different climbers. Hundreds of farmers and their families from all over Britain descended on London today to demand an increase in the price of your daily pinter. They say that unless milk goes up to 8 pence a pint, that's an increase of a penny, they might have to slaughter.
Hey, what? We don't say that word on this channel. I dare you to this. Oh, by the way, did you know that Newsround is not kid friendly anymore? I said that nasty word. How dare you? I'm not going to report to the actual Newsround because this is a fake Newsround because nobody looks like this, do they? Every time I look at Newsround back in the day, in the 2000s, nobody looks like this. Nobody looks like they had funny haircuts. But seriously, this is ridiculous. Although, even when this man is still alive, I'm not supposed to be critical about him. But seriously, mate, you need to have some caffeine in yourself because you look awfully tired. But come on! Just give the children out there a little bit of interest.
All the arguments about the dairy industry revolve around these contented animals, the cows. Provided you feed them, they will go on producing milk, but at just what price? Over the past few weeks, we've heard arguments and seen demonstrations from dairy farmers all over England. So what is going wrong with their industry? Well, Ian Pettifer runs a dairy farm near Crediton in Devon.
Both grass and maize cost money to produce, and the cost of producing them has gone up far faster than the cost of the milk to the housewife.
Now, we've heard talk of a milk strike. It hasn't happened yet, but it's still on the cards.
Well, no, you're wrong. We are on strike, in the sense that you can't strike, really, in the same way that a coal miner can strike. I can't just walk away and leave these. I've got to milk them tonight, whatever you pay me. If you paid me nothing, I've got to milk them. But I'm producing less, and all my fellow farmers are producing less. And in that sense, we are going on what would be termed a very slow strike.
An RAF helicopter successfully carried out a tricky operation today.
Yeah, no wonder it's tricky. It's just standing there near me there. This helicopter, fun fact in the 70s, helicopters just stand still like this. They don't move. They just stand there. This is not realistic. Just try to make something realistic, John. Just do you understand any of this? I don't. I don't understand any of this. It hasn't got even any Google on it. Nothing's real anymore. Nothing's ordinary. What is ordinary? I need to Google. No, I can't have Google on this. This is all rubbish. 70s are awful. We need to live in a proper time. But what is proper? I don't know. This is awful. No, I'm kidding. It's what you call life. It changed in a good way, but sometimes it's confusing. It's really confusing. Just put that in your brain. Everything's gonna be confusing when you around my age. Everything is gonna be confusing.
Land a 1¼ ton kidney machine into the back garden of a house in Bradford. The delicate load had been carefully manoeuvred between 2 blocks of flats. In case of mishap, the residents had been evacuated, but all went smoothly. A helicopter was used because it was impossible for a crane to get down a long, steep road to the house. The RAF volunteered to do the job in only a matter of minutes. The kidney machine is a lifesaver for the patient. It's really an artificial kidney which will save him having to go to hospital for long periods each week. The Puma helicopter finally lowered the machine gently into the back garden. And helicopters are also in the news today because of a big order just announced by the RAF for seeking helicopters. As I predicted in Newsround Extra a few weeks ago, they'll be taking over much of the work for search and rescue operations all around the coasts of Great Britain. If there's a shipwreck at sea or a child is swept out on an airbed, the chances are it'll be a helicopter that gets there first. Recently, there's been some criticism of the standard RAF search and rescue helicopter, the Whirlwind. This is because it can't cope with a full-scale emergency far out at sea, because it can only go up to 85 miles from base and carry a very few survivors. The Sea Kings have enormous advantages. They can go to emergencies up to 270 miles away and take up to 20 survivors. They can also fly in cloud and at night, and they have a special computer for hovering above the sea, even when the pilot can't see the water. A remarkable victory at a London children's home. The children put in a pay claim, and Wandsworth Borough Council has given them an across-the-board increase in pocket money. This means that the 4-year-olds who now get 5 pence a week will get a 100% increase to 10%. And the pocket money and clothing allowance for 17-year-olds will go up from £3.50 a week to £4.50. And there's another bonus for the children in the council homes. They'll also get more pocket money for birthday and holiday treats. Well, don't everybody rush. That's all from Newsround for today and for this week. See you again on Monday, I hope. Until then, bye-bye.
Oh, 1980s, that a little bit better. See, 1980s better. It's all cool. Everything is all awesome in the 80s. Let's see what is awesome about this. Just take a look.
The Doomsday Project, a detailed picture of Britain with the help of thousands of children.
Did you know in the 80s, the whole entire ocean is black? You have been drinking black water. What? Yeah, no, it doesn't make any sense. 80s is supposed to be awesome, not lame.
Hello again. After 2 years' work by 1 million people, the Doomsday Project has finally been completed.
You know what it's called? It's not called Newsround anymore, kids. In the 80s, they called it Newsround, 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 Newsround. Did you hear that? It's Newsround, News. Basically, guys, it's Newsround, but 7 of Newsround. So it's kind of like if this is all 7, that means it's 7 days a week, obviously. So this is quite lame, but making the children the count, good. It's educational, even though not only news when it's supposed to be educational, it needs to know about facts and truth and all about the news, not about numbers.
It's the first thorough survey of Britain for 900 years. Information from every part of the country, much of it collected by school children, has been put onto a special video disc system. The organisers say it's a record for the future of what life in Britain was like in 1986.
Future. Record. I'm enjoying this. This is awesome. I can tell. I told you the 80s is something cool.
Today the discs went on show for the first time. Roger Finn reports.
The first survey of Britain was the Doomsday Book, made in 1086. 2 years ago, school children from 14,000 schools helped to collect information about their local areas for the second Doomsday Project. It was all put onto video discs to be played on a computer
system? That's not a computer system, that's a lame kind of Xbox thing. That's not a computer. Computer looks like... You must know what you're on about, you stupid old people. Obviously, back in the 80s, they didn't even know what a computer was, even though there was lots of films and stuff about computers in the 80s. But this is ridiculous. What's next? Oh, a phone looking like this, even though it isn't a phone. It's a... I actually don't know what it is really. It's just a weird machine with buttons on it.
System specially invented for the project. Mike Tibbett, the project's assistant editor, showed how the system lets people track down whatever they want, including the information collected by school children.
Let's have a look at some of that now. For example, if I zoom into southern Britain here, and then go up to Lancaster, we keep on going, zooming into larger and larger scale maps. And if I go into somewhere in the northwest, it just shows that area because I noticed there's a place here called Craven View, but the main towns are Arkholme and Melling, and we can see photographs of this area taken by the local school. This is one of 3 photographs of views. And these are in addition to quite a lot of text which they've also written, again, on subjects that they've chosen, describing their life and times, including things, for example, like children's interests in 1985, which is expressed very much in the local children's own words.
I like riding my BMX bike. In winter we like to sledge on till bags, build snowmen and have snowball fights. All sorts of statistical information is also stored on the discs. And there are extracts from news programmes, including this report on the first London Marathon. There are 24,000 maps and tens of millions of bits of information. It would take 7 years to see everything on the discs. They could be used by schools, public libraries, and perhaps by businesses too. It's not just the Doomsday Project that's being launched today, but a whole new way of getting information. This special disc and the computers that read it could be seen as the first books made for the libraries of the future.
I'll see you all later in another video, but for now, I'll see you all in the next one. See ya.
This is BBC One. And now it's time for John Craven's Newsround.
Hello again.
Hello again. Hello.
This is Newsround.
We'll be taking you through all the day's top stories.
It means today will go down in history.
Here's what's going on in the world today.
Well, Newsround started off as a little experiment, really.
We stood up. We didn't have a desk to shuffle papers on.
Welcome to a very special Newsround.
We dressed in a more relaxed style.
How can a man read the BBC News in a jumper?
A cartoon poster launched around the world has just been hit by a new eruption.
Quite easily.
We don't follow the rule book when it comes to news. We don't follow what the grown-ups are doing.
The government have announced big changes, meaning that most of you won't be going to school next week.
Newsround was the first news programme that gave children a voice.
As politicians keep saying, children are the future, but we're here now.
Never, ever, ever underestimate children.
It's kind of fallen on the kids to take care of this one. We are relentless. We do not let things go.
They get something from us which they don't get anywhere else.
It's important that people take children seriously.
I think everyone else has followed, and Newsround were trailblazers.
Just because we're a children's news programme doesn't mean that we don't talk about the real events that are happening in this world.
Because if you don't start explaining the world with truth and honesty to children at a very young age, when are they going to start?
I don't believe we are stripping away the innocence of children at all, but instead we're walking with them and helping them to understand the world.
Voting in the Newsround election has already begun.
The UK has decided to vote to leave the European Union.
In the last few minutes, it's been confirmed that Donald Trump is going to be the next president of the USA.
This week, some major businesses have got into big trouble because of something called the credit crunch.
Every Prime Minister has talked to Newsround.
Do you feel that you've done enough for the younger generation?
How can you reassure people my age that there's going to be jobs when we leave school?
If you could pick one politician apart from yourself to win, who would it be and why?
Wow. It's really nonsense to say that children aren't interested in politics, and that's why Newsround has always covered it.
The House of Commons reenacted in a school hall to show pupils the time-honoured way in which Parliament works.
How can you claim to be concerned about the environment when you wish to keep nuclear weapons?
Some people have got to have their say, and if they don't, then the country's not going to get anywhere. If he's not going to listen to his own rules, why even enforce them on the people?
I'm as much in the dark as you are.
We encouraged young children to care about the world around them.
And is there a danger, do you think, that the panda could well be extinct?
It's a possibility.
You know, we were obsessed with the environment long before adult news.
Newsround Extra has come to India to report on the amazing success in the campaign to save the tiger.
Scientists studying the world's weather say that the Earth's climate is definitely changing.
Temperature in this part of the world has gone up 3 degrees centigrade in the last 50 years.
We've seen that young kids are at the forefront of anything to do with campaigns around saving our planet.
It makes us feel like that what we do actually matters.
But in Newsround, you know it's what really matters, and it's what really matters to you.
If you're talking about stuff in the playground, then we need to be talking about it on Newsround.
At playgrounds up and down the country, just about everybody's using yo-yos.
And Nigel, how do you like computers?
It's much better than being taught by a bossy teacher.
You thought your MP3 player was just for listening to music on? Well, think again.
Every few minutes, an electronic sound indicates something is wrong.
I'm so good at this game. I can do it with my eyes closed.
Here, it wants to be played with.
We also sprinkle a little bit of entertainment news in there as well.
And that's little Kim, who's presenting tonight's show, who's just arrived.
Going on red carpets, interviewing celebrities.
Leah's down in London for us at the ceremony. What can you tell us, Leah?
Well, the party is in full swing.
We recently went to meet Little Mix.
I love it!
And outside already are hundreds of fans.
T-Rex.
Thank you.
Everyone thinks that we're friends, but I know nothing about her.
The makers of the new Harry Potter film are looking for children to play the 3 main roles.
I was watching Newsround and they told me I had an audition.
The Spice Girls have come a long way since Newsround first filmed with them last June.
The eccentric, mad girls from England.
Pop mania has come back to Britain, and most of the screaming has been for the Bay City Rollers.
They just got talent.
How come you've got so much energy?
Because we're at
We always had a bit of a love on Newsround because we didn't want to send the children away just hearing bad news. I decided one April Fool's Day that we would play a prank on the audience.
The historic hatching of the zoo's first panda egg.
Everybody believed it.
We do our own thing.
This week's Weirdest News Stories. It's time for Strange, Stranger, Strangest.
The world's biggest haggis has been cooked up by a chef in Glasgow.
Centrepiece of the party was a giant fish finger.
It's really important that we offer something which is fun and interesting, a fluffy animal who's done something funny.
A cat who's running from there.
And finally,
And finally, check this out.
Newsround's importance is greater than ever.
We live in an age where there's just so much content out there, and that information isn't always right.
Children can pick up all kinds of wrong information on the internet, on mobile phones.
What the presenters on Newsround tell you, you can believe.
East Germany amazed the world by suddenly saying that its people could leave whenever they wanted.
You can't say that about anything you see on TikTok or Snapchat or Instagram.
Everyone deserves to have a place that they can go to and feel safe and hear trusted news.
The latest news on the Apollo 17 astronaut.
And the news broke.
There could be life on Mars.
Newsround is one of those programmes that when you turn it on, you'll know you're going to get the news that really matters and the news that you need to know about.
To answer the questions that kids want to ask.
And people can see what the children think for a change.
You can trust Newsround.
Newsround, I think, will always matter.
Gives us some responsibility on the world.
Because guess what? News isn't just for grown-ups. News is for everybody.
It's because of children who watch it, it's because of you, and that's why we're still here.
And it is a huge satisfaction to me that it still plays this really important role in the life of our nation's children, that they listen to Newsround to get information they can trust.
And that's why we're here. That's why Newsround will always be here whenever you need us.
It's Will Craig here. I'm so sorry if the original video in the links description of the history of Newsround, some certain scenes might upset some people, so obviously I edited it out, but it's really important about this sort of thing, obviously, and later on in the video I'm going to show what I'm on about, not just straight away, but you know, but please, if you find something upsetting anyway, just tell your parents or whatever, tell your teachers. And it's really important, by the way, if you find anything upsetting, just tell who you trust. And I say that, I really mean who you really trust, not a person that you just met or something. But yeah, if you need anything, just tell a person that you trust, and you just ask them anything, and they'll just probably answer you back, or you know. But just please, if you feel worried, yeah, what I said earlier on, yeah, I probably need to put this at the end of the video, but if I already just put this at the straight on the very first bit, I'm so sorry, and then you watch me doing something, or me doing something really crazy, and you think I'm just saying this to just remind you about very important things, and then I'm just saying it for nothing. I'm not saying it for nothing. I'm saying the truth. If you just find anything upsetting, just tell who you trust, and they'll help you. Thank you very much for watching this, and please watch the news. I know some people won't really watch the news because it's really disturbing and whatever, but just please obviously watch the news. As they said before, otherwise you won't know anything. Even though you probably are bright and very clever, you still need to watch the news. Otherwise, you wouldn't know what happened in the world of life, or what they call life anyway. If I'm just upsetting you and I don't mean it, I'm just so sorry. I'm not just saying sorry, I am really sorry. I don't want to upset anybody, believe it or not. You gotta believe it, otherwise you just report me for anything, wouldn't you? But that's also a good thing. You also report anything that's I'm just saying things now, aren't I? Sorry, I'm not supposed to do that. Yeah, just report things if you find things bad or distressing. Just do everything you can and do it. That's what I would do personally. But anyway, I'll shut up. Okay, I just need to go. I need to stop talking. I know recently I didn't really talk about, you know, I didn't really talk about, or don't talk or really amused into anything recently. I'm just really tired and really miserable and everything. I'm not going to tell you why because it's private, but yeah, I'm trying to do something entertaining recently, and it's not working. Just saying. It obviously is working, but really slowly. But at the same time, it's going down a little bit. Everything's going a little bit down with me. That's what you call sad. But seriously, guys, if you find anything sad, just tell people that you trust, and then they'll probably help you or something. I'm not just saying this. I haven't just wrote this down in a script and then say it to your face. I really mean it, guys. Yeah, just don't be sad, kids. Don't be sad, adults. Well, they do because sad is a good thing, but not in the long run. But anyway, just carry on. Bye. Do you want to quit? Bye. I need to stop. I need to stop.